And then, of course, there was the WWE World Championship match between Goldberg and the Almighty Bobby Lashley. Now, I've never been personally a huge rap for Goldberg. And I don't understand why they keep dusting him off and bringing him out. I don't get it. I really don't get it with him. I understand with some of the others, like, you brought Cena back or whatever, or Lesnar you keep bringing back, but he's never really been able to work.
No, you're right.
And he's dangerous in the ring. I mean, he ended Bret Hart's career.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't get it, Mick.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one to figure out what they do it for. I think he's brought back purely because they've got the Saudi show coming up and the Saudis love him.
Okay.
I think Anthony and I was talking about this.
Yeah.
Today, and I think it's the Saudi show that really they've got him out there. They get him. I reckon the Saudi show will be Lesnar, be Lashley versus Goldberg, maybe non-title, right? As you know, for Goldberg to get him back over his son, and they'll be working forward to October. That's what I would say, and then he'll get a big money fee, and then go away and not be seen again for a while, because the Arabs love him. The Arabs love Goldberg. He's
a Jewish guy, but yeah, they would. I could see probably why they do, but look, I thought he sold the knee really well. It almost had you thinking for a minute, actually, has he heard it?
Until he forgot that his son, and then he was kneeling on it and kneeing up on the same knee that he was straight 5 minutes earlier. And this is Goldberg you're dealing with. I looked at him going, oh, my God. You know, he did everything. He crawled over to him on his belly to get to his son. I thought that's clever.
Yeah.
As things leaving as Lashley and MVP are leaving, he's kneeling on the knee that's been hit with a cane looking at them.
Yeah.
And I've gone, oh, my God, you've just blown the whole spot, mate. But I don't know if anyone else saw that or picked up on it. But
I must admit I didn't pick up on it, but I didn't actually.
The shot was cleverly done because the cameraman shot him from sort of like the waist up. You can still see that knee up in the air.
Yeah.
You know, if you were there, you might have seen it better. I think that's why I was never a big rap for Goldberg. Technically, he's not a great worker. You know, he had his run for that whole 182 matches undefeated. You know, he had his run. To me, they keep bringing him back. I do not know why. I
just think if you're going to keep bringing people back or whatever, I must admit he wouldn't be at the top of my list.
No.
I'm not sure who I'd bring in this place. I think you've got to start developing your own. It's a bit like, we talk over here in Australia about our Aussie rules football, and you can keep bringing people in, but you got to develop your own as well.
Well, that's right, yeah.
It's the same sort of thing. I mean, they've released dozens and dozens of wrestlers from NXT and WWE itself. Good workers. Yeah,
filled a position.
Maybe they look at someone like, Keith Lee and start building him up. Big 400-pounder or whatever he is, 350 or whatever.
And moves like a cruiserweight, yeah.
There's a variety of guys they could do. You just, at some point, you got to, I don't know.
Well, they had the Australian guy, and Anthony, what was the guy's name?
Bronson Reed.
Oh, Buddy Murphy.
Bronson Reed.
Oh, yeah.
NXT, I think he was NXT US champion, big kid, big fella.
Yeah.
Good talk, good on the stick.
That one amazed me.
Right, and they got rid of him.
Yeah.
Right? Keith Lee is like listening to a science professor when he talks on the stick. He has no emotion at all, right? But brilliant tag team. You got guys like that, Otis, Yeah, and Gable, right? They're a great tag team. Both of them can talk. Good gimmicks, believable. Not even made the card.
Buddy Murphy, and it's not because he's Aussie, but he was good. I mean, he's absolutely ripped. He's got a brilliant body. Yep. He can work. He's young. Push him. Make him a star.
Yeah, he's signed with AEW.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of their thinking there of how they think. I think they look.
Is it more just the name? I've got Goldberg on the card.
I think so. I think it's more that they're living off the past instead of creating the future. Because I think Vince McMahon's got a very serious issue with creating new stars. He figures to himself that if I create new stars, they can leave tomorrow. Yeah. But if I only keep the star is WWE, then anyone that comes in and out doesn't matter because it's the product. It's the brand, not the product.
Yeah.
But this is where he's losing money because at the end of the day, we know that's not real. When you run a promotion's like a supermarket. You don't go to Coles because of Coles. You go to Coles because I can buy Buller ice cream. Right? And that's what real wrestling, it's pro wrestling promotion is. It's the product you're selling that makes your promotion good, not the promotion makes the product good. That makes any sense what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Vince has figured himself out that he'll go, all right, if I don't make any stars, if somebody leaves tomorrow, I'll just fill the hole. It doesn't work that way because people don't get emotionally invested in the product.
Yeah. I mean, look, we could do, and we've talked about this, do a whole show just on wrestling itself and the state of it today, and particularly with WWE. And, and we're going to run over time now. We've got one more match to cover. But, I sit there a lot of times and I think, and people say, oh, yeah, but, that was old school and back then. But I read something just very recently that a lot of the stuff that we saw and the sorts of people we grew up watching, like your Ricky Steamboats, your Randy Savages, your Hulk Hogan's, all of the ones we saw grow, and they were all megastars. And then we look at today's guys and we say, well, look, who's your next Hulk? Who's your next Andre? Who's your next Steamboat? Who's your next Savage? There aren't any.
But it's a 50-50 thing between the performer and the promoter.
Yeah.
If the performer has it and the promoter promotes him, you're going to have a superstar.
Yeah.
If the performer has it and the promoter doesn't promote him, he doesn't go anywhere because they don't give him the airtime to promote him. And if the guy just doesn't have it and the promoter tries to push it, it doesn't go anywhere. It's a collaboration between the performer and the promoter.
I mean, they invested, with Ted DiBiase when they did the $1 Million Man gimmick.
Yeah.
Like, WWE invested that, in him, and he had a limo everywhere he went. He had the finest clothes. He had, Jake the Snake, Robert. I mean, there's a million where there is nobody today that I'm seeing that's anywhere near the hype or, Kane, The Undertaker, even though I wasn't a huge fan of some of his style, but, like Mankind and, there's just nothing. There's nothing that makes you gravitate and think, oh, I've got to see this guy, this woman now.
There's three ingredients that are missing from the current industry, and I know we're going off topic. Firstly, no territories.
No.
The thing about the territories is back in the day, especially in the US, you drove in the car from town to town and you would talk about crazy shit as we talk about many, many nights. Stupid and crazy shit you would do with wrestling and go, hey, that's a good idea. Let's try that. Secondly, the promoter's got to want to promote it.
Yeah.
If the promoter doesn't want to promote it, ain't going to go over. And thirdly, the guys now, and this is a fact, they're happy to be on TV.
Yeah.
They don't want to be stars. Oh, I made it to WWE. I'm on TV. But if you're going to go there, you want to be the champ. You want to be the main guy. If you go in there thinking I'm happy to be on TV, then you've achieved what you want to achieve. You should be achieving, I want to be the guy. And the old wrestlers used to be like that. To be the guy. I don't want to be in 1 second. And that's the three ingredients today that are currently missing in the industry.
And they're also robotic. It's all high spot after high spot after high spot. No ring psychology, no selling, no... Well, we know the promos are scripted, so they probably can't do much there. But it's just... I don't know.
For me, in-ring stuff...
Yeah.
Right? we went to a level with the hardcore stuff that Mick Foley is to blame for part of this, right?
Mm.
When he come off the top of the cage.
Yeah.
How do you top that?
Yeah, well, you
How
can't.
how do you top it? Going through a table off, how do you top it? So I can't top it from doing physics, so I'll top it by doing acrobatics. A 260-pound guy at freaking 6'4" can't do a lot of that stuff. So now it's only for smaller, lighter guys. And because every move transition has to happen so fast, there's no time to sell. And the most important thing they've lost by going down this style is the person who's paying your wages, which is the fans.
Yeah.
We're not entertaining them anymore.
It's not. I mean, I watch it every week. People say, well, why do you keep watching? I watch it to see who's who and what they're doing. But I'm on Facebook half the time and I've got it on in the background.
That's right.
And you just sort of look up every now and then and something catches your eye or your ear or...
You're not emotionally invested in the product and you're not emotionally invested into the character because what they're doing doesn't allow you to be emotionally invested. If you see a guy and you've got an arm lock on him and he's screaming for pain and he's reaching out and he's trying to get to the ropes and he's asking the audience for assistance and for help and people are yelling, help him, that's getting the fans involved into the match. But if I've put an arm lock on, you've done a backflip, got out, run up the top ropes, arm dragged me, I went over the top, and I haven't looked at one fan in all of this or sold any of it, fans ain't going to get behind it. And that's just simple. It's just simple arithmetic of pro wrestling. You have to get the fan involved. If the fan's not involved, they don't want to watch you, they don't want to watch you, they don't pay you. That's how it is. They don't